fucking swirly.
And we are back for another live episode of the Kingdom. Welcome everybody from across this beautiful country of ours, of Canada. We got Manitoba, Saskatchewan, Alberta, of course, our insider out in Newfoundland. Reggie's having the best day of his life, and we're hoping that it carries over into the show. So without further ado, boys, let's get this baby going. We will see you in 30 seconds.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Kingdom. As usual, my name is Drums, and I'm joined by the brothers behind Kngdom, Regan and Jordan Headley. As we always do, we'll send it up north, see what's going on with our boy Reg. Reg, how you making out? How you feeling?
Real good.
Yeah?
Feeling really good. Yeah, just a fucking great day. No, things are okay. Just in a renovation / painting / me fucking things up to make things a lot harder on myself. Taking things right up to the 2 minutes before the show. So that's good, and nothing's done. So that's awesome. But hey, renovations went good tonight.
You painting doors or what?
Easton was. And then I messed up the hinges. I didn't know. And you know what? Every door in this house is like different. Where there's two on one, and like 2 on the door and 3 on the frame, or 3 on the frame and 2 on the, like it's just all backwards. You know what I mean? Like so there's the prongs on the hinges. Yeah. So she took all those off and painted them. So I was going to put them all on tonight, and they're all labeled where they were, but not on the door or the frame. They were just labeled where they were. Like say master bedroom top, master bedroom bottom, but not door and frame. And they're all like different, I don't know,
which
different combinations. Yeah,
which?
it was wild, but whatever. I got it all figured out now, but just wasted 2.5 hours, so it's good.
All right.
And then I had black paint on my fingers, and I picked up one of the white doors, so
Nice.
Imagine how well that worked. Not actual black paint, but the dust and it stained the door, so now that's got to be painted again. So it's good. I'm definitely in the good books upstairs right now.
At least you're trying.
One of these days, I'm just gonna start paying people.
That's a hell of a plan. Jor, what's going on with you? Struggle City today too?
Top of the evening to you, ladies and gentlemen. No, everything's good here. It's a pretty good day, I would say. Right up until the last minute leading up to the pod here, but that's okay. That's usually how it goes. Jeez. Oh, wait.
No, go ahead.
Hey, Chaz, how's it going, buddy? No, everything's good here. We got to, actually, Rossman Lake was the only place other than Regina that got some snow. So got home late last night in the dark, and first time seeing snow out here in the yard. Woke up to kind of chairs all over the deck.
How did that one go on top of the other one?
I don't know. I was really confused on how that happened as well, but must have been pretty windy here. So
maybe a bum used it for a bed.
Could have been.
Did the snow stick around?
No, it wasn't enough of it. You can still see a little bit of grass. And I'm hoping that the warmer temps next week kind of get rid of it all and then get to do it all again. So it's a little bit different up here for sure in the winter time, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, everything's good. Actually, before we go any further, we're going to do our keyword right now for the contest. We're going to try to prevent people, I guess, from just listening to the end of the podcast and catching on the keyword. So, Rigo, you look really white. You okay?
Wanted to get out from Mirror City back there.
Step outside once, would you?
The keyword for tonight is going to be hinge. In honor of Reggie's hinge debacle tonight. Hingegate.
Hingegate.
So keyword for tonight, what is this, number 7 or 6 or 8? I don't know.
Who knows?
I know that we're not at 12 yet. That's all. That's what I do know. So once we get to 12, we're going to wrap up the contest. And we actually had a good idea from Brett. I think it was Brett Yans. Anyways, he said we should do. No, it was Rickman. Sorry, it was Rickman. He said we should do the 12th word live on the show, and you have to be in attendance to win the contest. So I think that's what we're going to do. Kind of along the same lines of people either sharing keywords or just waiting till the end of the episode to get the keyword. So we're going to try to stop that. Tonight's keyword, once again, is hinge. Bryce doesn't like, okay, we're on 8, people are saying. So we're on keyword 8. It's hinge. Drums, how you doing, buddy? You good?
Top. All good over here, man. We got a bit of snow today, but like it didn't even stick when it landed. It's a bit on the windshield and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, it was gone pretty quickly too. Thank Christ. I'm not ready for that shit.
I know.
We're in the midst of starting to train little man on the potty. So it's just a little shit show over here. But hopefully it doesn't take too long. I don't know. We're watching all the videos, everything, getting all the tips. So you got to feed him a treat every time he sits on the potty. It's just, yeah, it's a gong show.
Temptations?
Is it YouTube or what?
YouTube, and then like we got a book for like to read to him. I should get it one of these days because it like Liz was reading it last night, and when she finished, I just looked at her and was like, what the fuck just happened? Because I don't like there wasn't 2 words that coincided with the next in the entire book. It was just a gong show, but it's supposed to help them. So we'll see how that goes.
What kind of treat do you feed him?
Just like little candy, like fake candies, like they're healthy, but they're sweet, so he likes them.
Oh yeah.
Are they Whiskers Temptations?
Just shake the bag and he runs to the potty.
Reggie, how come you're not in your closet tonight? You got kicked from the upstairs or what?
Got to paint that door too, so there's no door on it. Pretty awkward.
You're out in the wilderness, though.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually not that cold down here, considering I'm in the forest.
I think you should use that. You should use that forest as your backdrop for the pod, man.
Yeah, right.
Why
it's
not?
Coming down right away.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I like it.
It's awful.
It's vintage.
I'm a huge fan.
We're taking a Christmas picture in front of it, and then that's it.
Oh, that's nice. You got to put maybe splash some of that paint on the leaves, though, so it looks like it's winter.
Us and the 2 cats.
Grubby mitts on there.
Hell of a wall mural. Yeah, it's coming down soon. Like I said, we're taking turtleneck pictures with the cats, 1 each, and then taking it down.
I like that.
Bryce just texted me and said you're keeping the backdrop, but
yeah, I think you have to too, almost. It'll be a sad day when that backdrop's gone. I think you'll regret it, but that's your choice, your loss. What do we got?
You got a big rig TV to put up there, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
What's that? I missed that.
Have you got that sucker going yet?
No, it's so they emailed me back and said that what did they say when they typed in my postal code? It appears that it's going to cost them $466 to ship to Dauphin.
Who?
Visions. Like I ordered online.
Yeah.
And so then they're like, but we can cover, it says in the shipping that we only cover 10%. So like we'll cover $166 and you got to cover another $300. I'm like, well, no, that doesn't make any sense. So then I said, can one of my buddies in Winnipeg pick it up and bring it back? They're like, no, it has to be the card holder. I'm like, really?
What?
But then I sent them a really rude email and then they came through. So I got a guy picking it up Saturday, so I should have it Sunday.
Got a guy
picking it up. Got a
guy.
Power of social media. I posted on my Snapchat story and my Instagram story and had somebody in like 15 minutes.
Nice.
You have to love that, actually.
Mm-hmm.
The good of the internet.
Yeah.
To go with all the bad.
I got some incredible housekeeping. If there is one positive from my night tonight.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Just wait 1 sec, Rigo, because we're talking about social media. I just wanted to give a real quick shout out because I kind of formally announced my new venture, Silverstone, on Instagram, Facebook last week. And I just wanted to say how much I appreciate everybody who has followed, because it means a lot when you start something like that, when you don't have any posts or any content or anything, and people are just kind of following you because I guess they like you and or they're interested or whatever it may be. But I just wanted to say thanks to everybody who has followed so far. Instagram, it's on Instagram, Facebook, opening up a YouTube show, so that's coming soon. But yeah, that's basically all. I really appreciate it. So go ahead, Reggie.
No, it's nothing huge. It's Big Booty Mix 22 got released
Unreal.
2 days ago, so I was pumping it. It's pretty good. I was
So good.
listening to it till I had a fucking meltdown and I shut it off because I was rattled, and then it sounded pretty good. I got through like the first half hour. It was pretty good. But yeah, check it out. Big Booty Mix 22, YouTube. Unreal.
The funny thing about music is, like, there's nothing better when you're in a good mood. But if you're in a bad mood or like a tense mood, you can't. I can't listen to music. There's just too much happening, too much in your head, and it's just like have to shut it off. You need some silence, especially when someone's yapping at you or whatever kind of circumstance that you're in.
Oh man, I was cruising along like I hung them all up on the frames, got everything going, was just pumping music, and then I went into the garage to start putting them on the doors, and I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
I would say it was a good learning experience for you, but you probably won't be doing that
I
again.
probably won't have to do it ever again. So.
You're not opening a side gig?
I know.
We'll chalk that up to a loss for the day. But on tonight's show, we got we're talking about golf tournaments kind of as the main theme. We got a few other things too. I got some housekeeping. We got to talk about AC a little bit. And I actually posted something on Instagram last week about the smallest change you made that had the biggest impact of the year. So I'm going to run through those quickly. But do you have any other housekeeping, or what's the status on AC, Reggie? He's playing in Portugal this weekend.
Yeah. It's shitty. I actually texted him and said hell of a week like right before, and then Clayton was he must have been on the European Tour website and he found that Bubble Boys write up that had him on there. And then he sent me a screenshot that he was in the field. So that's pretty sweet. He's playing. Obviously, there's still a chance that he could not get in the top 117. Obviously, if those guys all had like a hell of a week or something and pulled ahead of him. So I don't know, because he said when he was on here that he wasn't in that tournament, right? He didn't qualify for it.
And I thought it because it was like a limited field, so it was like the top 80 or something like that, which there must be some guys like close to him that are got in the field somehow or whatever the case is.
So anyways, he's in Portugal. Could be worse places. He said, yeah, me and the wife are in Portugal on a different beach. Crazy life. But yeah, hopefully he puts together a good week here, solidifies his card. Because from what I understand, the status that he gets if he gets into that top 117 is like sick. Like,
oh really?
Yeah.
So like, did he not have that this year?
No, he started on this year like on the Challenge Tour, like with limited Euro events, and then
right.
He I think he
had really good finishes off the hop, right?
Off the hop, and then so that got him into a whole bunch more. But like when we talked to him before, like he was kind of looking forward to only playing a handful of events, I think, on the Euro Tour, and he ended up playing his full schedule on there, right? He might have played 2 at the start of the year, I think, on the Challenge Tour, but yeah. So I think this top 117 is like not the cream of, maybe it is the cream of the crop. I don't know. I think it might be like any event he wants to play in, he can.
That'll do.
Like full status, yeah, that'd be nice.
You would have to think if you finish in the top 117 that you would have full status.
You would think so.
If not, it'd be pretty close, right?
Right.
And this will be the final tournament, right? Because the Tour Championship or whatever's after that. So yeah. So I mean, if he pulls off a miracle and like wins this thing, he could get into that next week.
Right. I never really understood. Like, I thought he was pretty close to that for a while. Like, he was actually like 46th for a bit, I think, on that. And then he kind of just kept sliding down. But yeah, that thing, like that European Tour is like, I started to read like all the levels of exemptions on the site one day. Like, I was just in a pretzel.
Gibberish.
Oh, it's crazy.
Too confusing, hey?
Mm-hmm. I don't even think most of those guys know. They just know if they qualify for the next tournament.
Yeah, can I
That's
play
what-
next week or not?
That's what I gathered from, I think it was our second interview with AC. He didn't really understand how it all worked.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And you
Just
don't
try to
want
play the
that,
best you can every week.
I guess. But
And I can imagine like this is a good or a big thing that the management company does is they get a handle on all of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And either make some calls, get you into stuff, or work around it that way, or yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So he got off to a good start last week, though.
Oh, yeah. Until 18.
Yeah.
But even then, he was still 3 under, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
solid.
What time's he off tomorrow?
He's the first tee time.
Oh,
Early.
so like right away?
It
Yeah.
said,
It'd be like 2 a.m.
I think it's 2 a.m. here.
You getting up?
Might stay up. I might not have a bed to sleep in.
Hey, speaking of that, yeah, no kidding. Get comfy down there.
You can sleep in the forest.
This is a question for you guys and the people in the chat. How have you guys been sleeping lately? Like good, bad, normal?
Actually, for myself, better than I probably ever have.
Really? Reggie?
Well, I've started to go to bed at a real time instead of 3 a.m. every night.
That helps. What'd you do to do that though? Because that's a hard habit to break.
Actually, when I was sick there for a week, I couldn't sleep, so I just I got like super off of any kind of like sleep patterns. So and then I was always tired. So then I did a couple nights where I went to bed at like 9 o'clock, and it really just like reset me a little bit. So it's like 11:30. So it's not super early, but yeah,
better than 3.
Yeah.
Reggie?
I go to bed at like 10:30 or 11 every night. I used to go to bed at like 12:30 or 1.
Yeah.
But in the mornings, I'm having a really tough time getting up.
Maybe that's part of the seasons too, but I just feel like there's something weird in the air almost, because I usually fall asleep almost instantly, and I've just kind of been tossing and turning lately. But I don't know. I don't know what it is. Wanted to check with you guys, but sounds like a few guys in the chat here are in the same boat as me as well. So
yeah, no, I don't. I never have a problem falling asleep. I'm usually about 30 seconds till I try, and then
yeah. So I usually am too, but something's been up here lately. So
Bryce said a mattress. How often do you guys buy new mattresses?
I don't think I ever have.
I bought one like 3 years ago for the old house, and then we bought the exact same mattress in King when we moved here because we could fit it in the bedroom. So I guess 2 in the last 3 years, but
yeah, it's probably like 7 years ish.
Like I feel like we'll have this for a long time, right?
It's a King.
I don't know. Are you supposed to update them like every 3 years?
I think you could flip it, and that it helps. I think
depends what kind of mattress it is.
Right.
Like
every 3 years.
Fucked. I could be off, but I don't know.
Shit.
Obviously, I don't follow that pattern.
It's true. I honestly want to try and make an honest effort of getting to bed earlier, though. I just want to see what it's like to get like 8 hours of sleep, because I don't know. I don't think that it's like you always hear like how good sleep is and stuff like that, but I've never really tried to do like a full 8 hours and just see how.
So what time do you go to bed?
Well, I go to bed at like say just after 12 every night.
Oh yeah.
Then I get up around 7.
You used to go to bed early, didn't you?
Yeah. And then I moved the TV into my room, which was a huge mistake.
Hell yeah.
And I've had a TV in my room since I was like 12. And that's basically fucked me since then.
Yeah, it's probably not good. I put a sleep timer on it for an hour, but still, I don't know.
You know what? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, it's too much light coming off it, and I in the past I just fallen asleep like in a very dark room and in a cool room, and so it's a little bit different. But I guess this isn't a sleep podcast. But
I think there's a lot of things you can do if you need to sleep. Like I think there's a lot of like people say fans Fans are really good.
Yeah, I need to start putting my fan on again.
Get a noise machine, man.
Noise machines.
Fan does the same thing in my head, anyways.
Okay, so what I was gonna say, I actually every now and then I get on like a reading kick, and I like to read before bed. But
that's
like
a good thing.
no, but right now, like I want to, but Mondays I bowl now in that league, so I have 5 beers there. I'm not gonna read after I have 5 beers. Last night I could have, but I didn't. Tonight I have a couple beers during the podcast, so I can't. Thursdays I have hockey, so I can't, and Fridays I'm usually out somewhere. So really, the only time I can read is Tuesdays. Honestly, like it's so stupid. Like I said, I don't know. It's life gets in the way of shit, eh?
Oh my god!
Like I'm not going to go to hockey and not have a beer so I can go home and read a book. Ever,
Yeah.
I'll never do that.
Priorities, man.
Wow,
there's no other like good time to read, I don't think either, unless you like. I used to read in the morning, and I mean, you have your full brain capacity usually in the morning, so you can usually it soaks in a little bit better. But I don't know, especially when it's dark, when it's like this outside, it's shitty because in the summertime it gets light out, but then you want to start doing something. You want to go outside or whatever it may be. Wintertime is dark. You just want to stay in bed. So I don't know. There's no real perfect answer for it, but I just feel like I'm going to make an honest effort for the month of November. I'm not a guy who, does the diets and stuff like that, but I wanted to give it an honest try and just see how I feel. So I'm going to try the 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours, even if it means I have to sleep in a little bit, like whatever.
The one thing that I started doing in the mornings is the last 30 seconds of my shower, I turn the hot water off. So I just shock the system with the cold water.
Oh, yeah. I've been doing that too, man. That's awesome, actually.
It is. And it's supposedly like super good for you.
It's good for your immune system, and it just wakes up every like cell in your body almost.
Yeah.
You run around with a tiny horn all day though?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue. So you get you do the cold shower and then you get out, or do you rinse back under warm?
No, I get out.
Really? That's impressive.
Yep.
I can't do that. I usually do about 30 seconds.
I'm cold as hell getting out of a hot shower. Never mind a freezing cold one.
Yeah.
Once you do a few, though, it gets a lot better. Eh? Like the first couple are dog shit. They're hard.
Yeah.
But once you do a few of them, it actually kind of feels refreshing almost. So I'm going to keep doing that as well. I have a few other housekeeping things here to talk about. One thing from last show, Rigo, you mentioned that after eating a bag of chips on the golf course, you dip your fingers into the ball washer. So some anonymous fan sent a message in saying, "Get Reg some wet naps. He can't be finger fucking the ball washer."
I respect the move, Reg. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm not gonna carry wet naps. I'm not 80.
Well, and then you got
This was actually
that was wet nap shit all over your hand.
That was a message for Mom who still does stockings for us. So maybe you could use some wet naps in there.
I'm not taking wet naps on the golf course. I'll finger F the club washer.
Also, okay, I don't know if this is real or not. It's hard to believe everything you see on the internet, but I did see a new golf ball called the Atomax. Did you guys see that?
The what?
The what?
They're called Atomax.
Atto.
Yeah, ATTOMAX.
Right.
So they're selling a dozen balls for $250.
Okay.
It might have been a sleeve of balls, actually. I forget what it was, but it's $250. So someone sent them customer service a message saying, "Is this price accurate?" And so they screenshotted the whole thing, like the conversation with them, and they're like, "Yeah, it's accurate. That's what our costs. We have the best balls in the world." And then what else did they say at the end? It was something. They had a really funny quote here. I'll just bring it up. So, because he said that's 10 times the amount of Pro V1s. That's what they wrote in as customer service, and the man or woman wrote back, you can try to compare Pro V1 and Atomax. Good luck or something like that. So they're selling these balls for $250. I originally saw that price and I was like, okay, so we've arrived. They have the first balls with the tracking device in them, right? Like, so you can see where they go in the bush or whatever. But
right?
no,
Do they just auto go 320?
it says that they're the furthest golf ball because of a amorphous metal alloy. Look it up on the website. They got a website.
$249.65.
For what is it, 3 or a does?
Does.
Does, yeah. $250.
Made in Japan.
Better blow me for that price. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I thought that was a little steep. Pro V1s are a little bit steep. We were talking about that on the show a couple weeks ago. But $250 is a whole different ballgame. Any other housekeeping tonight? Reggie?
They're made in Japan, and all the stuff
I'm
comes
trying to
from
find
Korea.
Something
Okay.
on this.
How about this? We crowdfund $5 each from everybody who watches, or $10 each.
Just cranking them.
And we buy a dozen balls, and we compare.
Big news on the PGA. Rory wins, becomes world number 1 again. The world feels right when Rory's on top. I say world number 1 should be.
Does he need to tie everything back to LIV though?
Probably. I would say so. It's kind of his identity now.
It is.
And he took it on and won 3 times. I mean, I think that I don't know.
He's got to roll with it now.
I think so. He's like the PGA's guy.
Yeah. Which is good because he is playing ridiculous right now. And his big thing now is he wants to hold the number 1 for longer than
1 week longer.
That's what I mean. Like, does he need to tie everything back to the LIV? Like, why not just be happy to be number 1?
100% he does.
Okay.
You see the LIV's playoff format?
If that's his motivation for it, then whatever.
True. And Drums, you know, I talked about this quickly before the show, but Shane Lowry is doing the same kind of thing, and he won. So maybe these guys just need a little bit of fire under their bellies.
Or it's just the luck of the Irish.
Could be that too. Ireland hates the LIV Tour, although, no, Poulter's not Irish.
Poulter's shit.
What's the other big boy who's on the? Oh no, he's Australian, Leishman. Sorry, I'm all over the place with citizens here.
Whatever happened to Beef?
I think Beef has a podcast.
What happened to him? Suck at golf now or what?
Like Daryl
lose a bunch of weight.
Andrew Johnson.
Oh, Daryl Wolski's still running the Wendy's League, I think. Colton, I think we need more than 1,000 Satoshis each. Pretty sure, anyways. That's only like 30 cents right now, isn't it? I don't have a converter on hand, but I think that's only like 30 cents each.
Beef's 33.
Because he's sponsored by Arby's.
Beef made a big splash on the tours for a while, eh? And then just
like a year. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna rip through these quickly. I hate ripping through things, but we have to get to the tournament stuff as well at the end. So there are a few good ones on here. The question was, what was the smallest change you made throughout the year that made the biggest impact? So I'll kind of go through them, and you guys can chime in here. I want to discuss a few of them, but there's only like 7 of them, so we'll zip through them. Fluffy said putting the driver away for short par 4s.
Okay, it goes against Decade a bit, but
but you've also said that sometimes it's better to put yourself in a better position off the tee for your favorite club, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's one that goes either way, I think, and people
definitely.
Yeah, I think like Decade still ultimately goes to like what your comfort shot is, right? Like if you were more comfortable with a 20-yard chip than a full 100-yard shot, then that's what the point of it is, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Colton. Ken, you in the house? Keelan Crawford, new driver, spending time at the range fixing the slice.
Practice is probably key.
That's a pretty big change, though.
Fixing the slice?
Buying a new driver nowadays.
Oh, yeah. Like in terms of what, though?
I just thought, I don't know. Like the question I thought was, what's one small change you made? But I feel like buying a driver is a pretty big overhaul.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
But I mean, nothing against the comment. Obviously, it helped his game. But
should it be though? Because like technically, you shouldn't be changing anything like swing related or anything.
Yeah,
like
maybe
that.
not.
It's just a new tool in your hand.
If you got the dough, Colton. The only reason I knew that was the conversion was off is because of Shake Pay, and I'm getting like 535 Satoshis a day right now, which is the equivalent of like 14 cents. So just doubled that. I'm not that smart, really. But Ken, if you're in the house, chime in. Boomer says he started worrying about his kids' games more than his, and it somehow improved his. Any theories there?
Yeah. I just think it'd be equivalent to going golfing with Easton. You're so focused on what they're doing that when you step up, it's just to fill time until you can work on theirs the next time. And then you're not really paying attention, but you're secretly having like a sick round because you're not caring. And then
same as when you get in like a good group and you're bullshitting and talking the whole time, and then it's like, oh, I got to go hit, and then all of a sudden, yeah, you're shooting really good.
Isn't that
probably something to it there?
Well, it's all mental. They always say golf's all mental, and it is 100%. I don't care about the 90% mental; it's 100%.
Yeah, that's
true.
That's true.
Because all you're really doing, like, you are sharpening your skills, I guess, when you're practicing, but you're trying to find a feel that you're confident in, and then it's all mental from there because you practice that shot, and now you have a realistic feel for it to be able to hit it on the course, right? So it's all mental. It's in your head that you can hit that shot, whereas before you practice, you wouldn't be able to have that feeling.
True.
I think, anyways, but
Hanker down there? He needs a muzzle. Do they make muzzles for cats?
I don't know. If they do, I'd like one for Christmas. Just a unit.
Sean Rickman, this is I think the tip that would help a lot of average golfers the most, which is using a 7 to a 9 iron for the bump and run, and putting away the 56 or 60 degree and trying to hit flop shots from 3 feet off the green instead of just hitting it like a putt. Like if you're hitting an 8 iron, you're basically just hitting a putt. And I think that's a big skill to learn. I think that's a really easy way to shave off like 5 or 6 strokes if you're a 15 handicap, unless you're already using it, obviously. But I've seen a lot of people and good golfers too who try to hit flop shots from off the green, and they either chunk it or they skull it off, and then you're coming back doing the exact same thing or worse.
What's the distance off the green that you'll still go with a putter?
6 inches probably for me.
I would say 0.
Yeah, like I never putt off the green.
As soon as I'm like a millimeter off, I chip like a little.
Yeah, me too.
58. I should.
And I go like the bump and run road too.
I hit that.
I never used to either, but I mean, I really swear by that quote or theory that says your worst putt is better than your best chip, or something along those lines anyways.
I should change that. If there's pressure, I putt it. Like if it's like a tournament qualifying or something, I'd putt it. And if I have like no confidence, like if I'm not playing enough to get that little spinner from the side of the green, then I putt it just because I'm like I don't have the skill to hit that shot right now.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think there's a lot of truth to that though. Like you can hit a bad putt from a few inches off the green, and you're still going to be 3 feet away max probably. But with a chip, you can stub it, you can run it 10 feet past. It just makes the game a lot harder unless you're really dialed into it. But
Hey, that club that I found in the garage, are they illegal?
oh, lost them.
The aliens?
What's going on here? We got spam?
We made
What
it.
the?
The Kngdom has made it.
What?
Yes. We made it.
Well, check out the hot photo.
Yeah, let's see the hot photo.
Is there a link?
Sexfind.biz. Wow.
Right,
For listening on the podcast, we just got our first bots on the podcast chat.
it's a big day.
Sexfind.biz. They sent 3 hot photos, but we can't see them right now. Should I click the link?
Yeah.
Reg, you cut out for the last part there about the what you found in the
Okay,
garage.
so that club that I found in the garage, is it illegal?
The alien?
No, the
Or
chipper.
the jigger?
No, it's a chipper.
I don't think so. Like
2-sided chipper.
I feel like I was golfing with Marilyn, like Sebaski, a couple weeks ago. But it came in like a new set of hers, I'm pretty sure.
Huh.
So I don't think that they would put that in like a newer set if they were illegal.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they're legal. Does anybody in the chat know, are the 2-sided chippers legal to use in tournament play?
Also,
if so, I'm putting it on it.
sexyfind.biz, please share links. Drums is Googling sexy biz right now. Okay, next one. Breezer Ref says changing to interlock from 10 finger. What do you guys use? Everybody. I use interlock.
I use interlock.
Reggie used interlock as well, I think.
I use interlock. Yeah, sorry.
He's also looking for sexygirls.biz.
I found it.
Sexygirls.biz.
A chipper is legal in golf. However, there are some rules attached. For example, you cannot use a 2-way chipper or a long chipper. You're also not allowed to use a putter grip while using the chipper.
What the hell's a long
What does that
chipper?
mean?
Oh, so we got some 10 fingers in the house. Have you guys tried interlock though before?
What's 10 finger, like baseball?
Yeah, baseball.
Oof. Be hard.
And I think it's like that too. This would be 9. This would be 10. That's how I putt. I think. I don't know. I don't even remember how I putt. It's been so long.
Yeah, I don't get why you can't have or can't use the putting grip. What the hell's the difference?
What's
Yeah,
a
what-
chipper?
What did you say there, Rigo?
I don't know. I never understood it, so I just kind of left it.
You can't use a putter grip on a chipper?
You are also not allowed to use a putter grip while using the chipper.
Okay.
Hmm.
Says who? Oh, here's
Overlap, but not interlock.
Here's a good one. Man, I love horse races for this reason because there's always so much drama. Always. Because there's no rules. Like that's every course you go to, they play different rules, right? I feel like it probably won't be us, but somebody should come up with like the horse race rules and like have a document and like distribute that amongst the golf world so you can all kind of play on the same. Maybe there could be like a board of directors for horse races.
I feel like it's like one of those things though that like locals kind of are king. You know what I mean? Like they call the shots at their own course.
I agree with that. It's same as pool, right?
Mm-hmm. Local rules.
Yeah. But
Local
it would be
rules.
nice just to have some sort of like document that you could, because the key I think is what regardless of what rules you're following, I think the key is that everybody's on the same page from the start.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So if you had a document that like you had the rules written on it, and you could just say, yeah, we agree to these rules, or you could take the document, change the rules, but at least you announce the rules at the start, and that's kind of what everybody follows. I think that that's a big miss for a lot of tournaments that I've been to anyways, and I'm guilty of that too. I've organized horse races where we haven't been clear on the rules, and it's drama.
Well, and then, because so many things can pop up, right? Like you got to have the rule specific for chip offs, everything too, like beforehand, so that everybody's on board.
Okay, what about this? I might give someone an idea for an invention here, but I'm sure as hell not smart enough to do it.
That's okay.
What about if you get an app where, say you want to go do a horse race, everybody who's in the horse race gives them their phone number. Everybody has a cell phone now, and you just program everybody's phone in there, and then it just spits out the rules to your phone, so you have it on your, you know what I mean? Or vice, like a game of Wolf or a game of whatever else. Who's ever played, you just text it.
I mean,
or just go to the app and find it.
Yeah, there should be a golf app that basically has every golf game that you need to know, and that's it. There probably is one, but I don't know. I think the easier way without inventing an app would just be to have a document and then you just send it out. I mean, you use your same thing, Rigo, but you just send it to the group chat or send it to
Right. But how does it get there first?
True. Colton, I didn't see the part where it said that this was at the blue chair. Who was trying to use a 2-sided chip?
Drums.
And another
drums is all banged up, pulled out a chipper.
Out of the bush, I guess.
Devo has become the unofficial director of horse race operations. It's a good title. We should get him some business cards, Colton, for that. he takes the reins every blue chair, and he's pretty good at it. He's got a really big voice too, which helps. Cam, an overlap is just like the same thing except that, right? Where instead of interlocking, you're just putting your other finger on top of that. Pretty sure. We need Gary Brandon on this. He was all about the grips.
I'll do that. Or what do you call him there? Let me see your grip.
Stan?
Robert. No.
Yeah.
Is it Rob?
Brett.
Yeah.
Brett.
Yeah. Brett Bouchard.
Brett Bouchard.
Not Rob Bouchard. Brett Bouchard. Man, if Fry was still around, he would be loving that comment. That was Fry's favorite guy. Let me see your grip. That was his favorite quote of all time, I think.
Let me see your grip.
Okay, moving along here. We got Kyle Kriz. Rigo, how do you say that name? Krizniak? Krizaniak. He says, grip the club like a wounded bird instead of strangling it. I'd say that's a big weakness of mine, to be honest with you. I feel like I grip the putter and my normal clubs too hard.
Do you know where I really noticed that really hurts? Is in the rain.
Oh.
Why?
I can't golf in the rain. I cannot golf in the rain because I grip my club so tight all the time, and I need to have like a firm and then if my hands get slippery at all, I'm a write off, man. Like I can't even golf in the rain. I just can't do it. Like if it's like I'm talking really raining.
I see what you're saying because you're so used to having such a good grip on it, and when you don't have it, yeah, I see.
Oh,
like I'm talking really rain.
Yeah.
Right? Like I could golf and spitting stuff, but like I played in a tournament one time with these guys. It was in a cash tourney, and they brought me in to play on their team, and it was raining. Oh my god, I was like topping tee shots and like shanking everything, and like I'm sorry guys, like I can't golf in the rain. Like, I just can't do it. It's so crazy. But
do you have rain gloves, Rio?
Yeah, but they don't have.
I like them only to like an extent. Like once they get drenched, I don't like them at all either.
Well,
just because the feel on your hands fucking weird.
They're a lot better than a normal glove, though, right? Because they're supposed to get a little bit grippier as they get wet,
right?
Unless
they're drenched, but then you can't really win either, regardless of what you're using.
But some guys I watch just like can rip it in the rain, and I'm like, how are you doing this right now? It's insane. Do
you think that there's a secret to gripping it softer other than just gripping it softer? Because I honestly, that's something that whether it affects my shots or not and what kind of difference it would make, I don't know. But I do feel like sometimes I'm gripping it too hard.
Do you grip your club like I do or no?
How's that?
Like really strong grip?
I don't know.
Like so my left thumb, it would be your left thumb too, is like off to the left almost.
Yeah. No, I'm to the right.
Oh, so you're right over top of it. So you could actually have a soft grip.
I thought that was a strong grip, and weak was if it was left.
No, mine's strong. It's like way on the other side of the club.
Oh. Yeah, we need Bobby Boucher on here. No, Brett Boucher.
Brett.
What do you mean? So, like your bottom thumb
is on the, so it would be your right thumb, your bottom
on
thumb
the right thumb.
would be on the right hand side of the grip.
Really?
That's where my thumb is.
And does it get any nerdier than talking about grips?
That
On a
seems so weird.
podcast?
I know, it's just like wide open. I don't know why.
Double overlap. Is that the two fingers? Like that? I feel like your grip would be way too like shortened.
That'd be a weird grip. Why not just do triple? Just hold it like a little bird.
I mean, it probably works. I don't know. You feel like, but he says he crushed it, so I don't know.
My old man used to have to grip his drivers every year because he would just grip them so hard they'd just be worn through.
I've had my Nike Pro combos for probably 10 years, and I still have the original grips on them.
But there's not much left on them.
So maybe I don't grip it that hard, but no, you're right. There's not. But I feel like I'm going to get new irons instead of getting new grips. I just want to keep them the OGs, especially since they don't make them anymore.
Well, especially because re-gripping your clubs is like 300.
Well, I bought new grips too. I bought new grips at Golf Town for their 50% off sale.
Oh, I was there.
So same time. Oh yeah, we were in the rally.
Yeah,
the KKK rally. Yeah, I bought those at Golf Town, and I never put them on because I want to keep the original grips on there. So I sold them. Pinky and ring finger. Yeah, that's wild.
Anyways,
last one here, and it's pretty. I don't know what you comment on this, but Tyler B. He says finding the fairway off the tee helps, makes a big difference for sure.
I would say so.
I mean, all jokes aside, that's been the biggest improvement in my game by far. Is just putting the ball in play.
I'd like to join you.
Yeah, that's true though.
Hugely underrated, but I mean, it's not something that you can just like tweak something and you're good to go. Like, it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
I had to change my, like, I spent probably 5 or 6 years playing. I turned from a draw to it turned into a snap up pretty quick. But man, I've never been more frustrated in my life playing golf. I actually hated golf for a while because I couldn't get off the tee.
Yeah, it was a struggle.
And so I literally had to retrain my whole swing to be a fade in order to make that a reality. So it's not an easy thing to do, but man, definitely.
Yeah, well, it changed your whole game.
Oh, definitely. But what I'm saying is it's not a quick fix.
No.
Unless it is. I don't know. If anybody could tell me how to do it, it'd be nice. Drums, you ever considered hitting a fade?
Yeah. Just doesn't happen. I just have never actually had the time to put into changing it.
It is hard, and I've been doing it for 2 years now, and there's still times where my old habits get in the way, and I'm not going far enough out. So it happens, but it's just you don't need to overly practice. It's just like you need, before every round, you have to have it in your head that that's what you're going to be doing.
Actually, you know what a big thing for me was just seeing my swing, just seeing a video of it that I think probably you posted or somebody, obviously from the King account. It was just my swing. And I was like, oh my God, that is like so flat. No wonder like the snap hooks and I'm not connecting. Like, just because once you're up there and you're swinging, even if just in practice swings, like it doesn't feel like it's off until you actually take a step back and see it. And then, yeah, you can either change from there or even just the realization of, holy shit, that something's off here. Like I got to get up higher, whatever it is.
Yes.
But even just a visualization of seeing it can help so much.
I honestly I couldn't agree more with that, Drums. And that's something that We probably should have had like as the main theme there, because that's something that I feel has helped my game so much. Because I mean, we're always posting stuff on Instagram and on TikTok and whatever it is, and when you actually can see your swing instead of just like how it feels, when you can actually see what it looks like, your body can make the adjustments for it just subconsciously, I feel like. Whereas if you never see your swing, you're basically relying on you're looking down, so you have no idea what's going on out here, right? Or you rely on somebody in your group to tell you to do this or whatever. But if you actually take video, and you don't have to post them anywhere, but just take a video of your swing like every month and just kind of see you can visualize it that way, I feel like.
Because if you are doing something wrong and you're doing it wrong long enough, it's going to become like second nature to you anyways, right? So you're never going to actually get the feel of, oh, I am doing something wrong, or I did do something wrong on that one swing, because you're just constantly doing it over and over.
Correct. Reggie?
No, I didn't. I had a really shitty summer for golf overall. Hopefully next summer, I won't get married. I won't buy a house. And I won't plan a social all throughout golf season. Hopefully next summer. So that's kind of went on the back burner, I guess, this summer. When I got out, I kind of just wanted to golf because it was so few and far between when I actually got out. Hopefully next summer I get to spend a little more time with Jor up the lake and we can get some good shit. Planning on that this summer, but that's never usually works out. But hopefully next year.
Yeah. Just quickly back to what Colton said here, because I remember I was at the range one time with Nolan, and Nolan's a big YouTube lesson kind of guy. Loves the swing instruction videos online on YouTube. But anyways, he was telling me that someone told him when he gets to the back of the swing, he feels like he's almost letting go of the club, something along those lines. And I tried that, because it basically just means you're almost letting go of the club. Your grip is so loose. And man, I've never hit the ball farther in my life, and better. So I think Colton's comment here, he says the lighter you grip, the more muscles are activated to swing, not to grip, so you can hit it further. I honestly agree with that. And it's something that the shitty thing about golfing in Manitoba is you do something one summer, then you have to put the clubs away for 6 months, and then you completely forget about what you were doing when you bring the clubs out the next year.
Right.
But I do remember that, because I tried it at the range and I was like, holy cow, like I'm hitting it. It just felt so good to do that. So
because if you are focused on your grip, like there's something in you that's going to be focused on your grip. So it's taking away that from something else that it can be doing.
Right.
And there's so much movement and so many other areas for the focus needing to be somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. I was watching, I don't even know what the hell it was, but it just popped up on Twitter, and it was a slow-mo of Bobby Jones' swing. Talk about smooth and like loose. Holy.
Yeah, true. That's very true, eh? Hogan was the same way.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna take note of that actually, to put a bigger emphasis maybe in the spring, because I feel like you do all your learning for the year in the spring, and then your habits kind of carry over throughout the summer, and then of course always peak right in the fall, right before you have to hang up the clubs for the winter. But I did so out at Rossman here, I've been working out in the garage, which is awesome in the summer. You just open the garage door and you kind of can just let all the fresh air come in. But I thought I was going to be doing that in the wintertime, because there's a heater in there. But I went out there today and like all the weights were just freezing. Like my hands you couldn't even work out. So I'm going to have to move them downstairs now. But I think I'm going to set up something in the garage now that I'm going to have a little bit of room in there. So I'm going to try to put a net, and so I'll report back to see. I'll be doing that all winter, is letting go of the club and gripping the wounded bird. I think that's all we had on there. I think that what Rigo was talking about with the summer thing there, very busy. We tried to do a King tour this year, and it was too much. There was too much going on. You have to have help there. And I mean, Reggie just wasn't, and it, obviously not his fault at all. He just thought that we could take on a little bit more than we could. But 2023, we're going to be doing some sort of a King tour. We're hoping to do 5 events, 2-man scrambles. And we'll maybe talk about it next episode, because I feel like we're already at 55 minutes here, and it's been a really good episode so far, and I don't want to just keep dragging it on. So maybe we'll do that next week, as we'll pick up on the tournament talk, and maybe have some suggestions from the people in the chat and on Instagram and stuff like that. But anything else you guys want to talk about? Drums, you got any UC for the week? That cat's out of control.
Yeah.
You see Reg kick that cat across the room?
I threw him upstairs, but didn't help.
Just a couple quick things. Did you see the Katy Perry malfunction? Wow.
Did anybody ask what happened?
Just the internet. I don't know if she's ever come out.
What happened?
You didn't see it?
No.
So she's on stage, like middle of her performance, and her eye like just shuts, and she like physically opens her eye and like blinks, and then her eyelid shuts again, and like she can't open it. So then she like touches the side of her head, and it pops back open again.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Shop.
Serious?
I have a theory.
It was robotic, it looked like, almost.
Yeah, it looks super robotic, but I think it's like she's got like so much shit like on her eyelashes that she can't, it's hard to open her eye, and she had it like taped up. So she had like her eyelids taped up, and so that's what she was hitting on the side.
Yeah.
But it did look super sketchy.
Really weird.
And with all the shit with like Beeves and all those other people with their eyelids shutting for some strange reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was wild though. Then the other wild post, did you see Alec Baldwin post a photo of the woman he shot on his Instagram? And the caption was 1 year ago today.
No.
You killed her, bud. And you're posting her photo.
That guy's mentally ill. Hey?
Like fucked. It was wild.
What was Alec Baldwin even famous for? Like, he's a famous actor, but like, what was his top movie?
Like he's just in a bunch of good movies, like Glengarry Glen Ross. 30 Rock was big. He was in Beetlejuice back in the day, but then like The Departed, he had like kind of a run of small parts in big movies.
The Departed,
yeah, like that
fucking good movie.
That family's been famous forever.
Yeah. Mark Baldwin. Is that his bro?
What's that?
Mark Baldwin?
Mark?
No, Mark Baldwin's the golfer.
Billy Baldwin.
Monday Q's guy. Mark Baldwin.
Classic. I suck at that stuff.
Hey, what? There's a show we started watching last night. It's like the first one was on cartoons, and it's like the way cartoons are portrayed all over the world. Like we have like Snow White or Cinderella.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
And like every different country and every different continent in the world has like different versions of it, but it all originates back to fairy tales. That's what it was on. Sorry, not cartoons, fairy tales. But it's like a 2-season documentary about stuff like that.
Like the origins of them?
Yeah.
Because like the majority of all
I think it's called.
Okay. Because like the majority of all fairy tales come from like the Grimm brothers.
1800s.
And they're like super dark compared to like Pinocchio.
Yes.
Pinocchio was murdering motherfuckers in like the real Pinocchio story.
Is he related to Corey Baldwin?
Yes, uncle.
Okay, Chaz and Drums battled to say this. The Glengarry Glen Ross speech, is that a movie?
Glenn Ross. Yes, that's a fucking tongue twister.
Is it ever?
Holy. It is a movie, but it's based on like a really famous play. Who else is in it? Like it's an unreal cast. Like Steve Bush, I have to look it up, but it's a sick cast from like 1992 or something like that.
Phil Kessel set the Ironman record?
Yeah.
How?
It's tainted.
Why?
He took one shift and then hopped on a bird.
Still played the game.
That's fucked. I mean, congrats to him, but that's still wild.
Cogliano got absolutely bent over too.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, because he got healthied or something, didn't
Suspended.
he? Oh, suspended.
You got a weird suspe.
Yandel got healthy last year by Philly, towards the end of the year.
Like 2 games after he got it. It's got Al Pacino, Jack Lemmon, Alec Baldwin, Alan Arkin, Ed Harris, Kevin Spacey, and then a couple randoms.
The Glenn Ross speech?
Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
Mega pedo.
Hey, are we not going into the What Makes the Great Golf event?
No, we're doing that next time.
Okay, maybe I'll have something for next week.
990. Way to go, Phil. So
it's actually hilarious, right? Like, look at Phil. You think that guy could play 990 games in a row?
He hasn't missed a game since 2009?
No. I think after he got his newts snipped there.
Oh, yeah. Because he had cancer in his nuts, eh?
No.
Do you think that
gave him superpowers?
Do you think that like he obviously doesn't train that much, and obviously it has to be a fact that training affects your body. Maybe not training to just stay in shape, but training how NHL players train so aggressively, your body can't handle that much of that. So the guys that are in absolutely insane shape like that, yes, exactly what Colton's saying right now. Yandel was the exact same way, just kind of all natural skill. They don't have to work out like that, but they keep themselves in good enough shape to where they still won't have like a hamstring because they're out of shape, or they won't have like this and that, but they're not pushing themselves to the absolute extreme for basically 12 months a year. Because even when NHL players are at home for the summer, I mean, they might take like a month off, but they're still going hard after that, right?
Right.
So there has to be something said about that. I don't know.
And there was a story that I saw today where it was at like a training camp, and everybody was pissed off coming out of the weight room because they were supposed to do this testing, and everybody was doing shitty at it, and they were like motherfucking the testers when they came out of the room, and Phil was just sitting there reading his paper, having a Coke, and he's like, what is everybody else fucking mad about? And they're like telling him, and he's like, watch this, goes in and sets the record on like a leg press, and like it hadn't worked out at all. Barely. I remember one year in Toronto, they were pissed off because he skated twice all summer and then scored 35 goals.
Okay, we got lots happening here.
Yeah, he didn't even skate, eh? That's so crazy, man.
Skated twice.
I don't know. It's just holy. There's a battle royale going on behind me here.
You know, who can you think of in the golf world who is the same way?
Johnny.
Big Johnny.
No, on the flip side.
Oh, Tigre.
Or Tiger too, yeah.
Tiger was doing like Navy SEAL shit.
Yeah, but that was just stupid. But like Koepka's been hurt.
Right.
Like Tiger went over the edge.
Oh, Tiger went full over the edge, man. He was training to be a Navy SEAL. Like he was doing underwater training and stuff.
Because golf, being the best golfer in the world, wasn't enough for him.
No, he was doing the physical stuff in the Navy training too, Drums. Like that, I think that's how he heard, like how he got some of his injuries.
Right, but I think he was doing it for like to test his mental.
True.
Because like Bryson's doing crazy shit with his body now too, right?
Sean says fat protects the muscle. Yep. John Daly. ESH. That's Eric, right? Your buddy from
over there.
You're on mute.
Altona. Sorry.
Yeah, right. I think he dressed for one game last season, left early to join his wife. Yeah, that's actually wild.
I think that Arizona actually flew him there and then flew him to his wife just to keep the streak alive.
Yeah,
Like
dressed
he
for
needs
the
that.
series.
Like he needs that. But
Cam, we missed this one. Reggie, you might be the only one that can answer this one.
I'd say Phillies. Astros are always fucking cheaters. Philly's got a cool story. Fired their manager at the start of the year and just went on a tear ever since.
How are the Astros even still a team?
I don't know, man. It's such a joke.
Can't not cheer for Harper either.
Exactly. It's sick.
I actually thought that was a World Series that he hit that dinger on the other night.
They celebrated like they did.
It's a joke. They were there for the wild card, I believe it was.
Like
And every other game that's been in Philly, they've been on the road for, and they will be the whole World Series. That's tough. That's just tough timing.
Yeah, I mean, nothing you could do there, obviously, but you kind of want your fellow Phillies to be there for you, right?
Yeah, Cam's got a good point too. The manager, first Canadian manager in World Series history.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. Who was giving Harper that big pep after the game? Congrats. That must have been the owner.
I don't know.
Said I didn't pay you enough or something, or I underpaid you.
Really?
That was pretty cool, though. I saw that. The only thing I saw on that was somebody said that. I don't know. I forget what it was, but they had 4.5 million views, and they made it like should win an Oscar or something. Like they put all the
yeah.
In it. Did you guys see that?
Jay Onright tweeted it out.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Yeah, that was wild.
The thing I didn't
realize it was super like dramatic at the edit to it. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
The thing that I didn't realize, and I guess I should have, but like they had him like in the magazines, like when he was 13, like saying he's gonna be like this superhuman, and all the way through. And then 18, I think he actually started playing in the MLB when he was 18 or 19, one of the two. Crazy, anyways. Like that's unheard of in the MLB.
Who's taking this bet?
20. They don't.
Is that
Buffalo bet?
I think that's at Bryce.
Buffalo, yeah. Oh, so we got Chaz and Gary on the course, and we got Bryce and Sean making bets in the chat. Chat's been hot lately. Although last week we did that show after like 2 days after AC's interview. Chat was not that buzzing.
No, it wasn't. Well, everybody. I mean, you can only take so much of our bullshit in a week. Like they just saw us 2 days before. Like they don't need to see us again. Like let's be honest.
Very true. Small doses for the boys here, but it is good to see everybody.
Oh, Bryce, why don't you go? Bryce, why don't you go throw that 50 on like a sports betting website, and you could make a hell of a lot more than $50 if they do it.
Better yet, why don't you just light that 50 on fire? Shit.
Anyways, we should wrap this up because I got to go fix all my errors from before.
Right.
I'll have something prepared for the golf event next week too.
There was one more thing that I wanted to talk about. And whether this sparks any sort of debate or not, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we got a handshake. As soon as Bryce makes the handshake there, it's official. No,
Sean.
You need the handshake. Okay. So, actually, one question before that. I've been watching this podcast where they do an interview and they're sitting across the table from each other. And they're both wearing headphones.
Mm-hmm.
What's the point of that? Like, I'm honestly like, I'm not chirping them. I'm asking, like, what is the benefit to doing that?
It's something with, I think, like a delay.
Oh, no. Because there would be no delay if you're talking to each other, would there be?
I got nothing.
I think
for some of those, like they'll, like I know Rogan, like they'll play clips and stuff, so like the guys can't hear them unless they have the headpiece on.
That could be it too.
And it might also be so you can hear yourself. I got nothing.
I don't know either.
I talked myself out of what I thought in my head.
But have you seen podcasts like that where they're sitting
yeah.
across the table and they're wearing like noise canceling earphones and talking into microphones to each other?
Yeah.
This is the only podcast I've ever watched or listened to, I think.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Okay, so it's official. Bryce shook on it. Sean shook on it. We got double shakes here. $50. The Buffalo wins the cup.
That's a wild. That's better.
That is a wild bet.
Seen live.
Hate to see it.
We're officially a sanctioned gambling zone. Okay, so here's the last one. I saw this on Twitter today. The Golf Pro guy. Do we know who that is, by the way?
Like the Golf Stat Pro guy?
It just says Golf Pro guy. Like that's his tag.
I don't
Got a
know.
lot of followers, I think. Anyways, he had a quote that said, "You're not good enough to get fitted."
Whoa.
And I feel like that's something like it's like chicken and the egg thing where, you don't getting fitted could actually make you a better golfer. Not that, I don't know where he's coming from with this, but do you guys agree with that or disagree?
Partially. I think if you're fitted correctly, it could help you. But I think just getting fitted to get fitted, I think a lot of people get fucked over with that. There's a guy in our league that went and got fitted. They put all his irons at the same length, and it's a shit show. And he's like, "Yeah, I hate it as soon as I got the clubs, but the guy like pressured me into getting them and shit." Like so, like that definitely happens probably more than people admit that they got fitted with shitty clubs.
He was part of an experiment or like a promo. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've been in sales
he got
jobs
took.
before. Yeah, right. But I've been in sales jobs before where like the upper management is like, "Okay, for the month of May, we're pushing Jeffrey Bean suits. Anybody who sells a Jeffrey Bean suit gets a ice cap from Tim Hortons." So you're like going into a sale with like this weird bias of like, "Man, I really want this ice cap." Just completely ignoring the fact that the suit looks horrible on this guy, but you want like an ice cap. And I feel like that's the same kind of thing there.
Right.
That is a good point, actually, by Sean.
Very true.
So Sean says, if you're new enough to golf, I feel like your swing can change so much within a season that fitting isn't worth the price. But your size probably isn't going to change that much. And I think that that's a big part of it, right? Like the length of the clubs.
Right. Like I think the guy I was talking about, like he got like it was a 4-iron. They fucking did it all his irons at.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Colton says most guys can probably just use the stock steel. Yeah, I agree with that. Most guys anyways, but like girls, especially who are trying to learn and they're like using guys clubs, like I feel like not necessarily get fitted, but like get some women's clubs, right?
Right.
At least. But then you also have to think of like if you're going to get some women's clubs and the place you're going to is like offering club fitting for free if you buy clubs. I just feel like it's silly not to almost.
Right. Like I got Liz clubs for her birthday this year. And prior to that, she was just using like old men's clubs that whatever were around. So she's using the same length of clubs that I'm using, and she's 6 inches shorter than I am. Like it's
See,
that's
but
what
like,
I mean.
Doesn't make sense.
East, on the other hand, is using women's clubs, and they're probably way too short. Like she's reaching on everything.
Yes, true. Ches says getting fit will make you a better golfer as long as the guy knows what he's doing. Makes sense. Also, not a quote to grow the game. Most pro shops are going to offer free fitting if you buy the product. So crazy not to do it. Yeah, I agree with that.
But like at the same time, I'd be more confident in a pro, like your local pro, fitting you for clubs than just some dude at Golf Town.
I don't think Golf Town even does fittings, do they?
I don't know what the fuck they do there.
Golf Town sucks.
Golf Town just chirps you. So
I wish we could get a reverse sponsorship from Air Canada and Golf Town.
Okay, this guy
Are you
Lou
looking at?
Stagner,
Oh yeah,
Golf Stat Pro.
is that who it is?
No, but
Okay.
this guy is unbelievable. The stuff that he tweets. Do you guys follow him? I hope.
What's the tag, sorry?
His name is Lou Stagner, and it's Golf Stat Pro.
Okay.
He's like absolutely incredible, man. Like the stuff that he tweets is like for example, he said pretty soon I'll be doing a deep dive on riding versus walking and how that does or does not impact performance, your prediction. So he just does a whole bunch of stuff like that. So like this one, scratch player is someone with a 0.0 index. Scratch player number 1 plays all rounds from tips at Kauai Ocean. Their scoring average would be 82. Scratch player number 2, all rounds on par 72, rating equals 71, slope is 130. Their scoring average would be 74. So he just does like, it's actually like his stats are crazy. Lots are like Tiger Woods, like the things that you think you're hitting from 90 yards, your average distance from the hole. Then he said Tiger Woods in his best hit it to this distance at this percentage, like just stuff like that. And it's like manage your expectations. Like he's the guy that basically started that hashtag.
Right.
Oh boy, sex fine info is back.
Oh yeah, baby.
Okay, I really got to go here though. Honestly, like I don't mean to run, but we got to wrap this up. I got to get that shit done. It's 10 o'clock already.
Okay, I just got a couple more things to talk about.
Gonna be a 2-man combo, big boy.
Chad says, "Do not get fit at Golf Town." You know what? I actually used to support Golf Town because I knew guys who would go to Golf Town, try the clubs, go home and buy them on the internet. I said, if you keep doing that, the Golf Town's not going to be around there in 5 years. But I've changed my tune because they treat you like poop, and we don't need that, do we, Reggie?
Nope, we do not.
They pay you not to mention them. Yeah, actually, we should work out a reverse sponsorship with Golf Town and Air Canada, where they actually give us money so that we don't trash talk them the whole time. And to round out the episode, we got free girls in U City.
All right, everybody go check out the free girls.
We're gone next week too, eh? So we won't see everybody for a while.
Right, we're off next week. We got a little hiatus. We'll be back the following week. Till then, let's peace. Love you, boys. Later.
See you, boys.
Love you, fellas. See you, everybody.